Greetings and welcome to another channel update video of news about the status of the channel and upcoming videos. And first things first, let me just apologise for the lack of videos over the past couple of weeks. I took some time off, something I almost never do, and I just didn't have enough material stocked up to fill in the gap. That and the Symphony episode just took a lot longer than expected. But now our little summer hiatus is pretty much over with, and it's time to get back to work, so let's take a look at our news announcements for this upcoming month. Obviously, we'll be looking at what videos are scheduled to be released later on in July, a quick review of June, as well as a few announcements regarding ModTown 2015, Patreon rewards, the Modders Challenge, a few channel shoutouts to another Morrowind modding related channel, and of course a few other announcements regarding the Morrowind Modathon month. Actually, let's just get that out of the way first, since, that's pretty important really. Our Modathon month competition was a complete success, with 29 mods submitted for the competition by 22 modders. It was by far and away the most successful modding competition in Morrowind modding history, and, quite possibly Elder Scrolls modding history as well. We even beat out last year's major Skyrim modding competition in terms of mods submitted, and I think that speaks volumes about the commitment and dedication of our community. Unfortunately, we were never able to secure enough judges to actually follow through and select a mod of the month. And, that's really just kind of frustrating, honestly. I mean, I approached a couple dozen people about being judges, but got turned down by all but 2. Community participation is obviously more than just submitting competition mods. We need judges to make the whole process work. Unfortunately, due to this, we're moving to a popular vote, and you can find a link to a poll in the video description below where you can cast your vote for your favourite mod of the Modathon. And, I really hate to have to use a popularity contest like this for a competition, because the advantage of having a team of judges is that you can have all mods played and rated fairly, giving all modders a decent chance at the top prize. The problem with popular votes is that there's no guarantee that people won't, cheat, or that those voting have tried all or even most of the mods, and I worry that it just comes down to flash over substance. But still, we don't have a choice at this point. We're way behind on selecting a winner, so the poll will remain up for the next week where everyone can vote, and hopefully we'll just have better luck next year getting a group of volunteer judges together. So yeah, you have until next Tuesday to cast your vote, and the 3 mods with the most votes will be featured in a special mod of the month video along with a batch of awards. And for those who missed out this time around, there will be another modding competition in December. And this will be a fairly different sort of competition from the Modathon. I don't want to get into too much detail yet because, we're still working on it, and there's still a few details that need to be hashed out. But we'll be making an official announcement in November, though that's obviously still a long ways away. That's just, something to look forward to later on. And moving on, before we get to any other news, I did want to sort of give a shout out to another Morrowind-related channel real quick. Danae has started making Morrowind-related videos, including her own Morrowind Mod review series that, as of today, has 3 episodes, and each episode is about 5 to 7 minutes long, and, just takes a look at just one mod each. She also has a number of development videos for Pegasus Estate, a big house mod she's been working on since, I think, 2007, or possibly 2008. Supposedly, it might even just get released this year, and, that's definitely exciting news. I suspect when Pegasus Estate does get released, it'll probably be one of the most detailed and feature-complete housing mods made for Morrowind, and I definitely recommend checking out Danae's development thread on forums for more information on that front. And anyway, Danae also has a new Let's Play series she's doing for Morrowind, and also a Let's Play series for Pillars of Eternity, which is a game I think a lot of Morrowind fans should enjoy, and she's on her 7th episode, I think, of her Let's Play, and you can find a full list of the mods she's played with on her Tumblr blog, and it's a fairly extensive list really. You might even find a few mods that you haven't seen before if you check it out. And you can find a link to her channel in the annotations here, or by checking out the link in the video description below, and I definitely recommend it, especially if you just want more Morrowind content, and really, who doesn't? But continuing on with our channel news, real quick, I'd just like to do a review of the videos released in June, and what we have prepared for the rest of July. Overall, June wasn't, a terrible month. We had 13 videos released, mostly Modathon videos, but a few episodes of Oblivion House Mod Hunters and Morrowind Modding Manners rounded things out a bit, and obviously I disappeared for a while towards the end of June and early July, but I'm looking to get things back on track now, and we have a number of videos planned for the rest of July, including the big 50th anniversary Morrowind Modding Showcases episode, an interview with the developers of Skyrim Home of the Nords, the 4th episode of Oblivion Modding Showcases, which is actually going to cover vampire-themed mods, and, that's taken me a little while, actually. I've never actually played as a vampire in vanilla Oblivion, so I'm trying to, familiarize myself with the mechanics, first before, just showcasing a bunch of overhauls for it. We'll also have our Mod of the Month video, obviously, and our Modathon Month results trailer, episode 3 of Morrowind Modding Manners, a new episode of Morrowind Modding Textures looking at a complete breakdown of the Lothian texture packages, a new Tamaru build trailer, and hopefully a new Skyrim Home of the Nords trailer as well. And we'll also have one last final ModTown 2015 development video before we, close off public claims at the end of July. And speaking of, if you don't know already, all ModTown 2015 modded plots and public building claims must be finished by July 31st to be included in the project. The reason for this is simply that we need to start focusing on quests, dungeons, NPCs, and dialogue, and we can't really do that when a large portion of our city is still up in the air. So this is the final deadline to get your interiors submitted. Obviously, you can still submit quests, NPCs, dialogue, and even dungeons after the deadline, so if you're scarce on time, I'd recommend just prioritizing getting your interiors finished and submitted, and then submitting any NPCs or quests that you might have at a later date. Now this brings me to another topic, the Morrowind Modders Challenge. I've decided to hold off on doing the second episode of the Morrowind Modders Challenge until August. The reason why being that I sort of need to focus on ModTown 2015 right now, and I just have a lot of interiors that I need to get done myself in that project, and there's just, no way I can do a second mod on top of all that. For now, ModTown 2015 needs to be the priority, and I will be picking up the Murder Mystery Dinner Party mod idea that was submitted in the last poll for the Morrowind Modders Challenge in August, and that should be a really interesting mod to design. You guys certainly picked one that's going to take a devil of a lot of work. I'm estimating at least 50,000 to 80,000 words of creative writing are going to be needed to build such a mod, so we'll have to see what happens at the end of August and whether or not I can actually get that released in time, but that's just something to look forward to in the future. Anyway, on to the Patreon rewards. You may have noticed there hasn't been an update on this front in a while, and truth be told, I ran into an issue with the next set of pilot videos I was working on, namely one of the series didn't have enough content to actually become a full-fledged series. Should have been picked by the Patreon, so I was trying to come up with a good alternative series to fill the gap with, and after much delay, I finally got it all sorted out. So you should see the next batch of Patreon videos sometime, probably in the next week, and the general public should have access to them in a couple of weeks. And I would just like to remind everyone that you can submit ideas for video series, or just, videos in general, that you'd like to see on the channel. I'd be more than happy to create test pilot episodes based off of those ideas, so if there's any content you'd really like to see that we don't currently have, do please leave a comment below sort of detailing what your ideas are, and I can try and make some pilot videos based off of that. That's pretty much most of the actual news for today. I did want to give one last shout out to the Assimilation Lab though. I've noticed that very few Morrowind modders are uploading their mods outside of the Nexus, and I wanted to take a minute to talk up the Assimilation Lab a bit because it provides a great additional uploading service with a ton of features that are really handy for modders, such as automatic release thread generation, commenting on mod download pages, and a handy rating system for rating mods. Not only that, but the Assimilation Lab also offers project hosting, and the staff, headed by Andalay Bay, is extremely friendly and will likely be more than happy to set you up with your own section of the forum board and download section should you want to host your Morrowind project there. And indeed, the Assimilation Lab is already home to a few Morrowind modding projects, like the unofficial Morrowind patch, Morrowind XP, TS3 Geico, and the Symphony. Now, I know a lot of people just upload their mods to the Nexus, and the Nexus is a great site for publishing mods. However, as those of us in the Morrowind community should be keenly aware of, there's always a risk associated with keeping all your mods on one site. After all, how many Morrowind modding sites have disappeared over the years, like Planet Elder Scrolls? I'd strongly encourage everyone to upload their mods to additional sites as well, if only, for security reasons, and I'd recommend checking out the Assimilation Lab. It has a friendly community and staff, and it would be great to get a bit more of the Morrowind modding community over there to, sort of help sustain it, since it currently doesn't have that many Morrowind mods on the Assimilation lab. I think it's about 17 right now, and most of those are Symphony or project-related files, and it has a great potential scene, and it would be great to just have it developed a little bit. And with that said, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover today. We'll have another channel news update video in August, and until then, there's a ton of videos planned for the coming weeks, and hopefully I can make up for my hiatus of late. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with our next video, which should be a trailer for the mods of Modathon Month.